Hey guys, it's Dr. Curvy here, and we're back with another video. So once again, we are doing a live commentary on, builds, and today we're going to be doing Ashe Support. Now, I don't know if Ashe Support has been nerfed since her nerf, because if you guys don't know, Ashe was nerfed in the previous patch. Not previous patch, like a few patches ago, and it kind of hindered her her supportness more, but it buffed her ADC more, which is great. But they did nerf the cooldown on her second skill. It's like at max rank or something, it's like 4 seconds, now it's 6 seconds, something like that. So you can't really get that 2-second volley anymore. But in this video, I'm going to show you that it could still work, hopefully. So yeah, let's get in with this build. Let's start with your maxing. You're maxing your arrows, I have an accent there, your arrows first. And then you do your first skill and then your third skill last. I used to max the third skill second, but then I think if you want more damage and more, slowness, I would max the second skill, because that ranger's focus is really great. Yeah, now let's talk about the runes. Now, when I was playing the rank match today in this footage that we're gonna show after, I was mostly focusing on the precision tree. This was my runes during the precision, the match. Why did I say the precision tree? During the match. These were my runes during the match. But last minute, before I started recording, I changed it to this. You can swap it around how you wanted, but in the match I played, I was more offensive because it was like this. So this is what my runes look like. I forgot about the resolve tree because I was in the moment. And I think Font of Life is really good still because that was my go-to on Ashe support at the time. So yeah, bone plating, because Ashe is, very immobile, and despite her long range, she will get caught. So this is good to block some damage off. Revitalize. Wait, let me talk about this rune over here. You can actually take Overgrowth instead of Revitalize because, yes, Font of Life does give you some healing, and there is some little healing in Ashe, but she's more of a slow bot. So honestly, I would take Overgrowth than Revitalize, because the only heal she's getting is probably from her Summoner Spell or Font of Life. That's pretty much it. So I would take Overgrowth so that you can be a bit more tanky, because you are building some items with health, like a Mandate and an Ardent, but we'll get to that build later. And then this rune is Weakness. We love a weakness. You can, especially if you're like Ashe, who always focuses one person, and then that weakness starts to proc, and then you can focus down. And they're slow too, so your ADC can follow up as well and get to that. Now for your core keystone, it's Imperial Mandate. Because aside from it getting that the Glacial Rays, when you ult, you can still auto attack them and they still get a slow. So I don't know if this stacks with Ashe's auto attack passive. But it does say here in the first sentence, landing an attack on an enemy champion slows them for 20% for 1.5 seconds. This effect can only affect each champion one time. So let's go through Ashe and let's see her passive. They slow targets for 2 seconds by 15%. Attack against enemies slowed by frost shot, deal 10% more damage. Attacks against enemies slowed by frost shot. Oh, I didn't know that. So there's some supportness in there. So yeah, so as you can see, you'll get a 35% slow when you have that glacial slow. So yeah, I don't know if they stack together, but I think they should. If they didn't say it, they didn't say an exception, so it could, right? So yeah. Now let's go on with the build. So for safety, I would get Relic Shield. But if you're really good at Ashe in general, Spectral Sickle all the way. I don't know about Ancient Coin. Eh. It does give good stats, but it's a little dicey there. For your boots, Ionian Boots of Lucidity with the Locket enchant. You can go Redemption enchant actually. Rejuvenation, I don't know about her because, like I said, we're not gonna do much healing. We don't have Harmonic Echo. We don't have that type of skill. Ashe, once again, is more of a utility champion, so you can take Locket or Redemption here. Redemption also for that burst of healing instantly after that duration. So yeah, if you're wondering why Ionian Boots, we're going with Mana Immune, which gives you a lot of mana. You get around 1,100 mana when this is maxed out, which is great. I would take that because you will be fine on mana when you have uh, mana immune, so it's fine if you take lucidity boots, because we really want to try and focus up her haste more. And considering this gives you 20 haste already, you already have 50 haste. When you finish this build, you'll get around 90 haste. 90 haste-ish. Wait, 10, 30, 50, 50. Yeah, you're around 80 to 90 haste. You can change your runes around and maybe go for Transcendence instead. Okay, I had to sneeze there, excuse me. You can go for Transcendence for more haste. Considering, wait, what is it? Considering 6, 12, you get 12 haste here, so that's around 92 haste. You can go for that too, but you better be careful, because if you're a little too spammy, your cooldowns, your mana might drop properly. Even though you have a lot of mana, you never know, you're having too much fun spamming, so use your abilities at a proper time. So yeah, now we have Mandate. We all know what Mandate is. We have that slow, the coordinated fire. What else? Ardent Sensor. Ardent Sensor is really good for, you know, because considering the sensor passive and the move speed, you get more kiting potential with this one. And you and your ally, so 2 ADCs get attack speed. If with the small healing from Font of Life, hopefully you can proc this. But yeah, I haven't tested yet, but I've used it in case, because it's really hard to know when to use it, you know. And then your last item could be whatever. I would go with Mortal Reminder for the anti-heal. And yeah, let's go to the rank match. So yeah, I played only one match today, or two. I played two. This was the Kale video from yesterday. So let's start this recording. How long is this video? I mean this replay. So around 16 minutes. Not bad. That's not bad. So I was with this duo once again. I know who this person is. This person's on my friends list. And I said, "We'll play Kaisa at the end of the match." It's so funny. So yeah, so this is the matchup. Let me put on my earphones because I hear sound. But yeah, this was the matchup. Let's talk about it. Again, we adjust our settings. 75. We'll do this one. We might not remove the ×2 thing here at the bottom, because this is very useful for some, you know, moments. Let's zoom it out a little bit so you guys can see the action over here. So we're against a Lulu Kaisa. Now Kaisa is really strong with a Lulu, but thankfully we managed to, you know, even if it went on the late game, she was our focus. Everyone knew how to focus her, and that's great. And yeah, so at the laning phase, you just want to be passive as much as you can. When your ADC is someone who is more scaling late game, like a Jinx or Vayne, you really want to get that farm, because they start to do more stuff once they have more items. You know, Kaisa is good. Probably the similar thing like Jinx. She's a hyper carry as well, and she has a Lulu, so she will elevate that carry potential earlier. So it's best as you can to use your range and try to poke as much as you can. I think this was the Kaisa's duo, because when I saw the match after on my friends list, they were in a party. So the best duo won. So yeah, it's really boring in the laning phase here. Let's just fast forward a bit. As you can see, I am just farming it up, and Kaisa is trying to poke out my Jinx. It's judging from my passive. I gain more. My allies gain more damage when they're affected by Frost Shot or something like that. So I'm really interested in that. Not many people. I didn't know that. I thought it just loads, but I didn't know there was more to it. This is why you really have to read your abilities and your passives, girl. So yeah, Jinx is poked out because fortunately for me, Jinx has some long range. I'm generally long range with my second skill poke and my general range as a champion. So yeah, at this point we have around 921 gold. I'm gonna buy my Tear of the Goddess. I know I should buy Boots of Lucidity here, but then I had a epiphany and a realization, like, what if I ran out of mana so fast? I mean, the CDR spamming is nice, but you know, you're not gonna be spamming as much often because you have such a less mana pool, you know. So when it comes to that, the inspiration tree, you can take Transcendence if you want, Mana Flow Band or yeah, or those two, because they give out that utility that Ashe needs. It just depends on you as a, player and how you want to play it. I'm trying to poke Ashe over here, and she's getting affected with my passive. They're both Kai'Sa's level 5, so we really need to be careful here. I'm trying to hold off the lane for my Jinx over here. So far so good. The enemy team, let's see the matchup. Teemo got 2 kills, and then Lux got, no, who got a kill? Wukong got a kill, and Lux got a kill again, but unfortunately she passed away. So it's so far so good. Luck is on my side. I've been getting a lot of good matches recently where, the power of mute chat, So I'm here trying to poke out this Pantheon. But, we don't want to go too crazy with that because we can get caught. I was standing here to see if the Pantheon was going to hit the Jinx. If you're familiar with Fog of War tech, you can actually bait out your opponents from Fog of War because they can't see you, but you're literally right near them. That's the power of it. So as you can see here, at 2 points, my volley is at 12 seconds, which is pretty much a lot. I think back in the day it was like 11 or 10. That nerf really hindered her, but she didn't really lose out on her damage. And besides, when you're playing Ashe, it's kind of like Kale when I did that video. You're not really gonna lose. You don't really need to be pure AP or AD. Maybe Senna, yeah, but she scales off of that. But you really need to just get your items and be more of a utility bot for them. Good thing this Jinx is not going too crazy. And she is trying to poke with her second skill here. I mean her first skill, rockets. Oh, I hate when Jinx do that. You can tell from the camera that there was someone here. Like on the right. On that bush in the enemy side. Okay, we got our initiation here. Kai'Sa ulted backward. Okay, I'm trying to protect my ADC. Katarina jumps in. I should have jumped backwards so that Katarina gets me. But fortunately, she got away with it. Okay, let's do a fast forward. Because we want that editing time saved. So now I finished my support item. I now bought my Lucidity boots with that Tear of the Goddess stacking up. I got the Boots of Lucidity because why not? It's a party. Speaking of party, my favorite song is being played. I love the song on the Talia album. It's giving RuPaul's Drag Race, that's why. Okay, so the enemy team took the Herald, but fortunately we took the Dragon. I honestly prefer Dragons over Rift early because it's like early stats, Especially if you get a Fire Dragon. You're gonna stack up with those later on, so I love that. Depending on the number of dragons you take, that's how much stacks you're gonna have. So yeah, that's why I prefer dragons over Rift so much. Okay, and there we go. We can see Pantheon coming in. I saw that mark. And he thankfully Jinx rooted him. He flashed on her. They had too much damage. I couldn't even react to that properly. I'm trying to poke the Ashe here. I mean the Ashe, the Kai'Sa here. You can see that Katarina is missing, so I had that gut feeling that she might come over here from the side of that bush. This bush in particular, she might come there. But thankfully she wasn't there, and then yeah. So what do I get with this? So I'm starting to finish my Mana Mune, actually. Because I have around 140 stacks on my Mana Mune. So yeah, good thing this Lux knows what she's doing versus a Katarina. Obviously it's an easy lose for Katarina if a smart Lux knows what she's doing. And plus, Lux has that long range, and she can react to like an engage because you can see the mark. So, yeah, it's really hard to figure that matchup out. There's something going on in the bot lane over here, taking on objective. Wait, actually, they took the objective, but we won that fight. There's an Amumu right there, who was AP Amumu, by the way. AP Amumu Baron lane. Get into that. So we get into the skirmish over here. Try my best to protect my Jinx here. I'm trying to kite as much as I can with that frost shot. There we go. And yeah, we succeeded in that. The next dragon is fire. And girl, I really want that dragon. I don't remember if you took it. I literally just played this match today. There's a Pantheon right there. Then we engage over here. Good. This Lux is really good. What is she? What rune does she have? She has electrocute. That is very interesting. Katarina has first strike. I don't know if that works. I don't know if that works. I'm gonna be real, because someone had a Seraphine with a first strike, and I'm like, huh? Lux would play better with first strike because she gets more money when she get fed. There's an engage happening here. This Teemo got eliminated, unfortunately. But hey, we got it there. We got good teammates, thankfully. This Pantheon really wants this Wukong's ass. Even with it being caught, he still managed to kill the Wukong, which is sad, innit? Okay, there I am. Okay, Wukong. Pantheon was there killing that Jinx, but managed to save it. I don't know if you're watching the video properly, but if you guys see some green stuff like heal, that could be from the Font of Life, and that could probably trigger an Ardent passive. So, yeah. But by the way, this build I went with the precision tree, the yellow part, for my side runes. So, I didn't really do much healing until I get my... Actually, I didn't do any healing at all, probably. It's really hard to tell because Ashe doesn't really have like an ability to heal. For example, Kael's second skill, obviously she uses it for her self-heal, but some people get healed as well and they gain movement speed. So that's literally a support move. That's a support ability. So now I'm feeling lost. I really want to get this objective. You have a Kai'Sa over there. I'm trying to stand still over here so that they don't get me. But then there's something happening in the background with Teemo and Pantheon. Okay, good job on her. Katarina tries to engage. Yeesh. But this Wukong is really good. By the way, Wukong is the only... I feel like he's the only one who hasn't been nerfed really heavily in League in a while. So, yeah, she is showing herself. I didn't really buy my enchant here, as you can see. I flashed for this Katarina because I know I can be tanky, and she's being CC'd very heavily, and they took the kill. Sometimes you have to have moments like that where you have to be really ballsy and just jump. So yeah, we take this dragon. 2 out of 3, baby. And that's my favorite part. Now let's fast forward here to before we, I recall here. So I recall here, I tried buying a compartment of my, whatever the mandate is. And yeah, we keep it popping. There's some fights happening here. Also, I didn't know if you move backwards, there's a slow-mo. Really good for montages. I'm gonna say that. Kai'Sa and Lulu took that the tower over there, which kind of sucks, but you know what? I recalled because I think my mandate's finished. No, I walked. You can see me walk here. Went back, realized I had my mandate. See? I realized I had my mandate. I'm like, oops. Went back. Now, this is the part of the game where... excuse me. Now, this is the part of the game where we could have ended, but we didn't. This match would have been over if it was played right, but then we had to extend it for 4 more minutes. So this is the part where it kind of prolonged the match. As you can see, there's some fights happening here. Pantheon is there, and he focused on the Wukong. Wukong's a little tanky with his abilities here. There's that. And then we see Jinx alone pushing. I would not advise that, especially there's a Katarina there. You won't be surprised until Lulu and Kai'Sa comes, but you do you, right? And then yeah, we got the objective. This jungler, where's the jungler? Oh, he died. But props to the Lux and to the Teemo. I think they're friends because their names are so similar, especially with the font. I have seen their names before. I'm really good at that. I'm really good at landing my arrows. Takes a lot of practice, to be honest. Though I am on mobile. Okay, so my second skill is doing damage here. We see the mandate proc on the Kai'Sa and the Amumu, which is great. Which proves my point that an AoE could proc a mandate. We can see that Jinx is getting caught by the Kai'Sa and the Pantheon. They unfortunately die. And I couldn't save her. She couldn't kite. But yeah, anyway, there's team over there. This Amumu's AP, by the way. Yeah, AP Amumu works, but at least build some tank items to it. Like a rod. Yeah, a rod, Riftmaker. Your boots could be mercs. Or depending on your matchup. And then, yeah. Leandry's also good for a tanky item. This is not an Amumu top guide, I'm just saying. Okay, something happening here. Let's slow it down. I took the blue buff and then suddenly a ghost power came out. So yeah, I can feel that Amumu's here. This Wukong is very brave, and this is the part where we kind of effed up. He has no initiation, I guess. Yeah, he has no initiation. Look how much Kaisa is getting free hits. You guys, you know how I feel about this Amumu flash too, and it killed us both. You know how I feel about a bad, like a Kaisa fed, you know. Let's fast forward a little bit. I love this feature. So, okay, thankfully Jinx soloed that, by the way. You guys didn't see it, but when we were dead, Jinx soloed that Ice Dragon. And we were trying our best to actually focus. My aim was this Kaisa because I didn't want her to get fed. And look at it. Even if she can actually 1v3 us if she had a support. But thankfully, we caught them and we managed. We were so worried that Kaisa was going to scale. But thankfully, we didn't. We didn't manage to make her that fed, thankfully. This team was really good. Once again, another fed Teemo. That's rare. Maybe people are just over dramatizing like Teemo as like a troll character, and when the actual good Teemo comes, I'm like, y'all are shook. I'm like, we've been used to this. And poor Katarina with the skin, girl. And that was the match. Is Ashe supports bad? I don't think so. Like I said, every time I play these random supports, just build it right. You know, build the vibe right. It's not really that bad, to be honest. Just know your champion and you'll be fine. There was an AP Nasus mid I saw on Reddit, and he worked it out. So yeah. Here's our scores. Everyone did well. Everyone had less than 5 deaths or less than 4 deaths. So you know we were the shit. Me and Teemo obviously were the shit, obviously. And here's my stats. You can't see it because it's blocking. I did 16,652 damage. I did more damage than the Lulu. I did more damage than the Katarina. Katarina did 3,000. She barely went in. That's the thing. She barely went in. It's a high risk, high reward champion. Jinx did damage. I did a lot of shielding or assist. Wait, is that assist or what? Damage taken. I was tanky. As you can see, there was no healing. Yeah, I didn't really do much healing, so you know, that's how it is. But yeah, that was the build. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, like it. If you don't dislike, make sure you guys subscribe and notification bell for whenever I upload a new video. I'm a VTuber who mostly does Wildrift content, but I am also planning to do other things on the side. Yeah. Join my Discord, link in the description below. Donate to my PayPal to support me in the long run, considering I am not monetized yet. And getting, you know, donations and stuff like that will help me encourage more to grind daily content and just, you know, keep on pushing. Follow me on Twitter at drkirby_YT and follow me on Twitch at drkirbytv for more me live. I live stream. I've been streaming Final Fantasy 14 as of recently, if you can see my VODs on my Twitch channel, but I am gonna go try Wildrift again. I'm just lazy to set up the Elgato. I mean, look at me now. I'm lazy editing. I'm literally doing this live. But yeah, that was the video. Leave a comment down below on what builds you guys want to see me do next. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.